can start analyzing your sites and tell us which domain you want to have us track for you. When you pick a wildcard like this, to Google Search Console and pick all the sitemaps and properties and mesh them up together so we get the maximum data for you. No need to worry about which sitemap does what and which folder has how many URLs. We take care of that and we will give you feedback on that. Of course, you can add additional URLs if some URLs that you will want to spot problems on as soon as possible. They have high priority. You can upload additional sitemaps as well that will help us detect stuff that is not in the sitemaps in Search Console. And yeah, basically you just need to add the domain here and you see it's started here. Now, when we look at our real company site for linkresearchtools.com, just a smart subdomain, that is something that I would be looking at now because that's the main domain that we're working on. And something, if you haven't seen the previous videos, you can click around up here in the charts and pick a slice, and then it gets filtered down here. So these are linked together. But what you can also do is you can go in here and say, I want to sort by the last crawl date or maybe the match or maybe that Google reports and get a breakdown here. 18 URLs are submitted, but were not selected as canonical, and they were inspected. Yeah, some of them just recently, some of them 10, 13 days ago. Okay, yeah, that's the beauty of this system, that you actually get a history of changes, that we keep capturing the data. And if there is some limit that we may hit, we can work around that by just trying later for you. You don't want to do that by hand. So indexed and not submitted in a sitemap is interesting because we have sitemaps for all the different varieties. Just to highlight a couple of things, like grouping by domain will be interesting if you have a lot of subdomains, and grouping by file, or let's say the path. The path is the folders, the directory, where we see the different folders and how many URLs we have in there. So you see in our tools, there's a lot in there. Now I'm interested in the coverage for these paths. So I can drag this here and submitted and indexed. Wonderful. And who needs Excel? Who needs to download this to Excel to get a pivot table if you can do this right here? I think that's really interesting to drill down into the data. We just got started with week number 3. So this was a quick preview, and I look forward to seeing you in URL Inspector. My name is Christoph Kemper.